Hello, I'm Way Lemonade, or you can call me Allie. In this video, I'm going to be trying out this DecoArt glass paint marker in the shade black. They have some instructions on the pen, but what they don't mention that they do on the back of the packaging is that it's not for contact with food. So that's something to keep in mind. I picked this up at Michael's. It was $4.73 with the 40% off coupon. Regular price, it's $6.99. I've not used it. As you can see, if I take off the lid, the nub is still white, and when I took it off, when I took the lid off the first time, I'm like, oh no, I got the wrong color, I got white, because they do have a wide range of colors, but I think I have to press it down for the ink to go into, or the paint to go into the nub here, but I will do that in a moment. So I have a cup that I bought at the dollar store. I washed it and cleaned the outside surface with rubbing alcohol, and I have an image that I drew myself. If you want to get this exact image that I drew for personal use, to use it, I should have an Instructables up on my Instructable account. I made one, and I'll have a step-by-step process of how to make like a carbon copy of this image so you can transfer it to things like I'm going to do in a moment. It was a little difficult to tape it down since it's a flat image going on a rounded surface, so that's something you might want to keep in mind if you are doing this on a mug. And I've got my mug set up on a roll of tape so it won't roll away as I trace the outline of this image like so. And with this last line, everything is now traced, and I'm going to pull off the tape holding my image down, and it should have transferred. There we go. You can also use your own image, not this one, and use the same process. So as you can see, there's a faint ghost image of what I drew. And now I'm going to go ahead and activate my DecoArt glass paint marker. What I have here is just a small piece of paper. I moved my cup off to the side so I can activate this pen with you. It doesn't have any instructions on how to activate it. I can pull the nub out, so there's that. And you can see on the inside there's the paint. So I'm just going to assume that I press it until the paint comes out. Oh, there we go, it's starting. Can you see it? Keep it still for a moment. It fills. Oh, that's neat, but I wish, oh, let's get it all saturated. There we go. I'm testing out. It doesn't smell, it doesn't have an odor, so that's a plus. And now the ink is fully in there, and it seems like you can get quite good lines with this type of nub. So I should be able to get quite good detail on my cup. So I'm going to go ahead and trace it. I'm not sure where I want to start. I guess the inside. Also, if you make a mistake, like I think right there, I don't really like how that turned out. You can take some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip and clean off the image if it's before the 8 hours of letting your paint dry. So I'm just going to clean that off, or make it more even so it's not as sharp. And yeah, rubbing alcohol does clean up the edges, so that's a good thing to know. Okay, so there we have it. I might clear up this and then let it dry for the recommended 8 hours before I put it in the oven, which I will be showing you guys. But yours, well, the time to the camera will be shorter than what I have to wait in person. So I'm just going to clean this up. Here we have the final product. As you saw, I put it in a cool oven for 375 degrees for 40 minutes. I let it also cool in the oven before taking it out, just so the cup wouldn't risk shattering due to the temperature change. So put it in a cool oven, let it cool, then take it out. So overall it took almost 2 hours-ish, I would say, letting it heat up and then cool completely. So you want to keep that in mind if you're going to do this. The image is quite nice. It turned out better than I thought it would. It did separate just a smidgen right here, but that's not really noticeable. I might write some message on the back with like an owl pun, like, "I'll always be thinking of you," or something cheesy like that, but I wanted to make sure that it would work. The only downside to this is that I wish it had a thinner tip. This is quite difficult to maneuver around some areas, but this would be good for making monogrammed cups or messages on cups like that, or on tiles, like making coasters. If you buy a tile, you can use it as a drinking coaster and then decorate that. That would be a really good present. Also, it would be a flat surface, so it would be easier to transfer your image to. That being said, overall, I think it's a pretty cool product to play with, and I would recommend it, but as long as you're making a thicker, chunkier image than the owl. The owl is as like small as it could be. I don't think you can make smaller images than this one. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.